Of course, I forgot to tell you something I thought was quite important, and I thought about it a lot, but forgot to tell you in the first video, so there's a second one. It's not long, I promise. There are as many ways to spin as there are spinners, and as many ways to dress this stuff. But also there are a lot of different ways to hackle a flax string and to make a flax string. And I see this every day when I handle my flax strings for shipping, how differently they are. Some of them are really, really shiny and hackled to perfection. And some of them are quite rough and have a lot of short fibers in them and a lot of bone or other impurities. Like this one, this was one of Maria's flax strings, because she had a vast quality, different quality of strings in her chests. And this is a very coarse one, so you cannot see this because I would need to do a close-up. But on these fibers there is a lot of skin still sticking to it, so the ratting process was not as thorough as it could have been. There are a lot of short fibers. There are like this very small, very tiny flakes of rolled up fibers. So if I need a very consistent yarn, I would rehackle this. But obviously 60, 70, 80, 100 years ago, they didn't see a need to rehackle it. Why? Because they knew this would have been the basic material for their canvas, and it didn't need another working step because it's going to be canvas. It's not important if it's very fine and consistent yarn. It had to be a quick, the work had to be done quickly. So this trick is an example of not as finely hackled strings. On the other hand, I have strings that are hackled to perfection. I mean, they are so shiny, and I'm pretty sure that there would not be a lot of rehackling to do. I mean, it's never a bad idea to rehackle a string if you want to produce fine yarn, but for those people 100 years ago, they didn't need to. There was no there was just this string that had to be spun quickly. And when you receive strings from me, first I was very unsure if I can send out different qualities of strings. I was not sure if it's fair that some of you, of course, receive finer hackled ones, and some of you receive maybe a string like this one. But the more I think about it, the more I feel that that's just the reality of those strings. That's the reality of those chests. Some families invested a lot of work in hackling, and some just couldn't or didn't. What reason? I don't know. So they are not worse than others. They are not less valuable. They are, in the end, they are not, in my eyes, they have not a lesser quality. I mean, the fiber is still beautiful. Maybe it would have needed a little bit more ratting, maybe. But yeah, it's just a different purpose they used it for. If you have a problem, or if you expected a more finer streak, please let me know, and I try to find another one, a finer one for you. But I'm pretty sure that the majority of us just admires the history behind it and this beautiful work of people's hands. And it's not all the same, and it comes down to the purpose again. If the strings are shiny or a little rougher, so don't hesitate to tell me if you're not happy with the quality, and we find a way. But otherwise, just enjoy. And maybe if you have a rougher stick, maybe think about doing a rough kind of farm life linen. It might have an amazing quality you didn't think about. Okay, that was the add-on to the first video. Bye.